So what is InnoMatch about? This is a flagship project, an important component of the EIC Innovation Procurement Program, and it aims to bring innovative solutions faster to the market through innovation procurement. We will be supporting within InnoMatch the pilot testing or proof of concept demonstration of innovative solutions provided by EIC awardees, innovative companies backed by the EIC for buyers. Each pilot will run for 6 months within the 12-month InnoMatch program, and we aim to support up to 38 pilots throughout the duration of the InnoMatch program, while each pilot will receive up to 60,000 euro each pilot or proof of concept. Here is InnoMatch in a nutshell. Why we say that we are de-risking innovation procurement? Because we bring together EIC awardees, providers of innovative solutions, suppliers of innovative solutions or services, and buyers. It's very, very important to stress on the fact that we want to bring engaged, committed buyers. Why committed? Because we don't stop only at the pilot implementation or proof of concept demonstration. We want to go one step further. If the solution is successful, we want to have a potential adoption as a result of this initiative and faster commercialization. Why we say that we are de-risking? Because we are providing the funding for these pilots to be deployed, thus minimizing the risk for both the buyer and the supplier. This is in a nutshell. Again, the benefits I think are clear for everyone, but just again to mention, to remind, for DIC awardees, this definitely provides access to strategic customers. You will be able to test, improve, and validate your solution, and this might lead to a potential early adoption. And for the buyers, you will have the chance to receive free of charge, to meet your innovation challenge free of charge. It is InnoMatch that is providing the funding, thus minimizing the risk for you. I've already mentioned the financial support is up to 60,000 euro granted to the EIC awardee. And in addition to that, we're providing additional services. I've mentioned about the matchmaking service that we're providing support so that we can match the EIC awardees and the buyers and help you apply to this call. Of course, so if you're selected, we're providing a wider promotion and visibility for both the EIC awardee and the buyer. And not last, throughout the InnoMatch program, we are offering additional growth services and expert support while the pair of EIC awardee and committed buyer is deploying the pilot or the proof of concept. InnoMatch is led by F6S and working together with TIC Biomed, ICLE Europe, and Civita, a small but powerful consortium that we have. And with that being said, I would directly go to the next slide and we'll deep dive in the open call rules, eligibility criteria, and what is in it for you. This is the most important for information to start with. Apply before the 4th of February. Eligible applicants are only Horizon Europe EIC awardees paired with a committed buyer for this open call. Awarded will be up to 12 pilots or proof of concepts and applications with public buyers, this is very important to mention here, are prioritized for this open call. And as you will see in the call guidelines, when you read them, up at least 7 out of those pilots will be selected with public buyers. Of course, I've already mentioned several times the financial support is up to 60,000 euro per pilot or POC in the form of a lump sum. Here about the open call in a nutshell, we are accepting applications from EIC awardees paired with buyers, public or private entities. Again, selected up to 12, we'll be selecting up to 12 pilots. Priority are pilots, are proposals paired with committed public buyers. Once you're selected, you will enter the InnoMatch program. It has different phases: prepare, deploy, and assess phase, and it will run for 12 months, and the actual deployment of the pilot or the POC will happen for 6 months. The period is between April, May this year until March, April next year, depending on when the evaluation and selection process will be finalized. Now, a bit more on the eligibility. This is very important. I very often receive emails for these. Also, we receive a lot of messages in the discussion board of in the platform. Eligible for this open call are EIC awardees that are funded or that are beneficiaries under any of the mentioned here EIC initiatives or programs: EIC Pathfinder, EIC Transition, EIC Accelerator, and also eligible are EIC prize winners. There should be single legal entities that has signed contract under any of the Horizon Europe EIC initiatives and must be able to bring themselves the innovation to the market, the solution if it's proven successful. I'm all the time mentioning committed buyers. This is a key for this open call and for InnoMatch in general. And I want to stop on this slide a bit more and to explain what we consider a committed buyer. This could be a public or private legal entity that has a specific innovation challenge. It is very important that the entity's top-level management is informed and supports the participation of the EIC awardee in the InnoMatch program. Why? Because the EIC awardee, the innovative company, will rely on your support throughout the entire pilot or POC deployment. This is very important. And also, talking about commitment, we consider that this buyer, public or private entity, has some preliminary plans for innovation procurement, so taking this successful, hopefully, solution to the next step, and also has an allocated budget for innovation procurement. So this is in brief. Again, you can find this explanation and more details in the open call guidelines, and that's why we're stressing on the word committed. Evaluation criteria. Again, you can find it explained in detail in the call guidelines, but here briefly to mention that we have 4 evaluation criteria: alignment and impact, excellence, commitment, and team and implementation. They have different weights. You will see here commitment marked in red because this is the evaluation criteria with the biggest weight for this open call. We really want to engage in this open call EIC awardees and committed buyers, as we always say, that also are experienced or want to get more experienced and familiar with innovation procurement and have already participated in other or similar initiatives and have the idea to continue their engagement in such initiatives. I'm not going to go into detail explaining each evaluation criteria, but this is important to mention that each of the criteria is very well explained and in detail explained in the proposal template. The call is sector agnostic. What does this mean? You can submit a proposal with your committed buyer in any thematic area. there is no restriction. It could be health and life sciences, agriculture, construction, whichever topic you're working in. What are the selection conditions? This is also mentioned in the call guidelines, but it's also important to stress on it today. One applicant can submit up to 2 separate proposals in one online application form, and I'll show you the online application form in a while. One buyer can submit up to 2 proposals with different EIC awardees. This is very important. And each proposal must be addressing a different innovation challenge. Also, it is very important to mention that a commitment letter is expected from the buyer. It will be part of your online application form. And also, it's important not to forget that only one proposal per EIC awardee can be funded for the entire duration of InnoMatch. We have received already several emails from companies that are now deploying their pilots within the first cohort, but they're not eligible anymore to apply because we're only selecting one proposal for the entire duration of InnoMatch. And now about the open call documents. You can find all the documents on the InnoMatch website. First, start with the guidelines for applicants, read them carefully. In those 35 pages, you can find all the important information that you need for this open call to apply. All the rules, the eligibility criteria explained, everything. Also the evaluation criteria. Then you can find here on our website the application form. This is an only read-only file, but this is basically the application form that you can see in the Success platform. I'll show you later the platform. You can find the proposal template. You can download it. This is an editable file that you have to fill. And for your convenience, we have also included a template of a letter of commitment for the buyer so that you can directly use it and your committed buyer can fill in this template. There are other documents that you can find on our website. Documents that are only to be considered and to be filled in case the applicant is selected. This is the sub-grant agreement, the action plan template that you will be preparing prior to the start of your pilot or POC deployment. Memorandum of understanding. This is a template prepared by the InnoMatch team for you and for your committed buyer, again, prior to the pilot deployment. Declaration of owner, bank account information, ICMD declaration, everything is available as a template for your consideration, but not now. This is not needed for the application process. The open call timeline, this is an indicative timeline for you to know how much time it will take from the closing call of the call to the evaluation and selection and the contracting phase. So we've launched the call on 3rd of November. We will be closing on 4th of February. Then the evaluation and selection process will take time until April or beginning of May 2026 this year. And afterwards, once we have the selected 12 pilots or POCs, we'll start with the contracting and of course with the InnoMatch program with the preparation phase. Some tips. Download and carefully read all open call documents that I've already shared with you, especially the open call guidelines, but also in the proposal template I've already mentioned, you can find more explanation, guidance, and it is super useful for you to check it carefully. Make sure that there isn't any conflict of interest. This is very important. And also another very important thing is to make sure that there is no double funding for the same solution or proposal with the same buyer. We're not talking here about the same technology that you're developing or service, but the same solution tailored to the buyer's need. And also, last but not least, I've mentioned about the proposal template. This is one of the documents to be attached to the application form along with the commitment letter. Do not forget to attach it. Application process. The application process is very straightforward. You go to the F6S platform. You have to have a registered profile there. If you don't have a profile, you can create it with 2 clicks. In 2 minutes, you're done. And once you go there, you will have the online application form, and I will try now to share it with you, how it looks. So this is the application form. Here, it looks like that. And you can directly start filling in the questions. So first we'll need some applicant legal data. All those questions marked with stars are compulsory. Then we'll go further and maybe I can make it even bigger, and we'll ask for some contact details, legal representative, name, email address so that we can contact you. Contact person, it could be another person, but make sure that you provide 2 different emails best so that we can really reach out. During the evaluation and selection process, you will be receiving emails from us once the call closes and we kickstart the evaluation and selection process. Then we go to the proposal information. As I've mentioned, one applicant can submit up to 2 proposals in one application form. So you don't have to submit different separate application forms for each proposal. You're allowed to upload both proposals in one application form. So section 3 is for the first proposal. You can see here, write the title of the proposal, the maximum requested amount, and again, as a reminder, you can request up to 60,000 euro. But you're also allowed to co-finance your POC or pilot if you want, then you should indicate that. And then you're required to provide some information about your committed buyer, the type of entity, public or private. This is very important, especially for this open call. This question is compulsory so that we can use this information during the evaluation and selection phase. And then here you will have 2 questions to places where you can upload your proposal, your proposal template for your proposal 1, in the case you're submitting 2 proposals, and the commitment letter from the buyer for the first proposal. And then we go to the second proposal. If you're submitting 2 proposals, you follow exactly the same steps: title of the proposal, maximum requested amount, type of the buyer, and then you submit the proposal template for the second proposal and the commitment letter of your second buyer for this proposal. This is a section related to the eligibility and commitment. Here you can state, and this is again a compulsory question, whether you're a EIC awardee, EIC accelerator awardee, or EIC transition company, or EIC pathfinder. This is requested from you to mention here. And basically that's the application form. Again, very straightforward. You should mention if you have some women in leading positions in your company. And finally, you accept the conditions and terms of this InnoMatch call. And that would be it for the application platform. But again, before I close it and go back to the presentation, very, very important, do not forget to upload your proposal using the proposal template and the commitment letter from the committed buyer. And if I go one slide here, with the documents, I want to quickly guide you through the website because we also receive some questions where the applicants can find the documents. All the documents are available on the InnoMatch website on the web page of this open call. So if you hit this button here, it will directly lead you to the application form. So it's very convenient. If you hit this button here, you will be directly led to the guidelines. And also, if you scroll a bit down on the website, when you read all the conditions, some summary of the evaluation criteria you can find here, you will go to the documentation section. And here you can download everything, the guidelines, the application form, just to check the questions before starting your submission in the platform. You can see here the proposal template, download it, and also the letter of commitment from the buyer. Also, the other documents, just for your information, again, not needed now on the during the application process. You can also download them and check them. Everything is available on the website. If you hit the button, again, it leads you to the application form. So the process is easy and yeah, again, as I've mentioned, straightforward through the F6S platform. And because time is running, I want to share with you finally about this matchmaking opportunity that we are offering for the applicants. You can check the InnoMatch unmet needs of buyers on the InnoMatch marketplace, and I hope now that I can go in a while directly to the InnoMatch website and show you. You could propose a solution to any of the InnoMatch buyers and met needs that are there, collected on our website, presented on our website. If you're a potential solver to any of those unmet needs that you can see on our website, let us know. Fill in the expression of interest form that I'll show you now, and we'll put you in contact with the respective buyer so that hopefully you can apply to this open call. So this is additional opportunity. And now let me try to go to the website and show you. This is the matchmaking page. You can find it under the open calls section, matchmaking. And we have listed several buyers here with their unmet needs. They're looking for suppliers, for the right supplier that will be willing to provide a solution for them and to apply to the InnoMatch call. For EIC, awardee and buyer, as you can see, we have Haarlem Municipality, Las Rosas, we have City of Amsterdam, Marseille, and others. Once you click here, see the presentation, you can check more details about the unmet needs and also ask for a match. When you click on that button, it directly leads you to a short expression of interest form where you can choose which buyer to which unmet need you're interested in, and we'll put you in, provide, of course, your organization name, some details, and we'll put you in contact with that buyer. So eventually you can apply to our open call. So this is this additional matchmaking opportunity that we're offering, and I'll stop here. I already took almost half an hour and tried to explain, to cover everything for this open call, I do hope. But if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. Please use the Q&A box and see what questions you have. By the end of the project, the company is expected to commercialize its product. However, since we are a biotech company, obtaining a CE mark is required before that. What is the expected deadline in this case? Would it be sufficient to provide a detailed regulatory timeline or a list of planned activities instead of having CE mark fully obtained by the project's end? I don't think that in InnoMatch case this is needed, this is required. But I see that Vasilis maybe wants to take the floor here and compliment me. So please do.
Um, Thank you very much for this question. In fact, what is important and to have always in the mind that the aim of this exercise is to facilitate the commercialization of the innovative solution, meaning the access to the market. So, having said that, the CE mark acquisition may happen in parallel with the pilot, because this is not part of the pilot. However, this has to be, if I understood well the question, this has to be always taken into account, because the idea is to facilitate the commercialization. So we are talking about products or services that are close to the market, and they need some testing with the buyer in order to be able to facilitate the acquisition. So in that sense, any regulatory or labeling activities may happen in parallel in order to be able to facilitate this exercise. I hope I replied to this question.
Then we have another one. Is it possible after uploading to make changes? Yes, it is possible. Until you submit your application, it is possible to make changes to the answers of the questions, also to the proposal, the template that you have submitted. But after you click the submit button and your application is fully submitted, then you should write to the F6S support team. You can find the email in the guidelines. It's available there in the last page of the guidelines. You can write to the F6S support team and to also put in CC the InnoMatch email so that we can support you and you can unlock your application and make any changes. But this is only if you submit everything and click submit and your application is finalized. If it's not finalized, you can make changes anytime you want. I hope it makes it clear. Then another question that we have, when answering about whether the project would be co-financed, is this only about whether the applicant is co-financing, or does it also encompass the investment in-kind contributions of the committed buyer? Thank you for that question. It definitely does not consider the in-kind contribution of the committed buyer. But if the applicant, the EIC awardee, wants to co-finance over those 60,000 euro, or for example, bring additional financing over those 60,000 euro, this has to be provided, this information has to be provided in the application form in the respective section, but not the in-kind contribution of the buyer, only the additional funding. And we have one last question. Co-funding, is that extra beneficial in evaluation of proposals? No. We don't put extra points for that, but it is important when we are performing the ranking of the evaluated proposals at the very end of the evaluation and selection process, and you can check this in the open call guidelines. After the evaluation criteria, the ranking is explained, and you can find more information on that. I hope this answers your question. Just to confirm, since CE marking activities run in parallel with the pilot, it is not required to have the product already commercialized at the end of the project. I think Vasilis mentioned that already, and it is indeed not a requirement of the InnoMatch program, of the InnoMatch call, to have this CE mark ready at the end, finalized at the end of the project. But please, Vasilis, compliment me on that because this question obviously
Indeed,
requires more clarity.
we have to differentiate between the legal requirements and the contextual requirements. The legal requirement, of course, doesn't require to have any commercialized solution at the end of the pilot. However, we need to have in mind that we are going to support projects to find their way to the market, and we are all doing this in order to be able to facilitate the procurement of the buyer of innovative solutions, including the one that has been tested. So the idea is to be able to, in the short time, not in many years, but in short time after the end of the POC or the pilot test, to enable the procurer to deploy innovative solutions. That's why we are looking, and you have heard that from Mina, we are looking for cases where the beneficiary is teaming up with a committed buyer. And what do we mean by the term committed buyer? We mean a buyer that would like to buy an innovative solution, including yours, of course. That hopefully it is yours that will be tested. So in this sense, we need to see a solution that in the short term could be commercialized in order to allow the buyer to deploy the solution through procurement. I hope I replied this question.
Thank you so much for that. I really do hope it brings more clarity. And if we don't have any further questions, Vasilis, if you want, you can jump in. We didn't start with that because the topic of today's webinar is, of course, the open call, but there are other opportunities within the innovation procurement program that the potential applicants for InnoMatch can benefit from. So if you want, you can have 5 minutes to explain those, or however you prefer, because we just have some additional time, and I think it will be beneficial for our attendees today to know that they have other opportunities that complement basically InnoMatch, and if they're selected, they can be supported in the scope of the innovation procurement program of EIC.
Thank you very much, Ina. And first of all, I would like to thank you all for taking part in this event, and thank also the project that organized this info session. And also thank you for your interest in the Innovation Procurement Program. I will start my intervention by saying that today we published another important success of the EIC Innovation Procurement Program, an EIC-backed company in the biotech area. Managed to win a contract of more than 8 million euros in this area through the assistance from EIC. And yeah, as Ina mentioned, we have a program that actually has a holistic dimension, meaning that we are supporting you not only to do this POC, but there are other activities that you can benefit from. For example, you can receive assistance in order to prepare the offer in case there is a public or private sector procurement resulting out from this proof of concept or pilot test. There is a possibility to provide assistance to public buyer to draft the tender documents following this proof of concept or pilot testing. And there are cases where the public buyers are already working with us, receiving, for example, assistance to draft the tender documents in order to be able to ensure transparency after this proof of concept and buy innovative solutions, including, of course, if that is the case, the one that has been tested in the context of InnoMatch. So you can find all these opportunities in the EIC Innovation Procurement Program. There are matchmakings we are organizing regularly matchmakings with public and private sector stakeholders, procurers. We are interested mainly in the procurement departments of both the public and the private sector buyers. And the next one that is coming is on the 4th of March. We are very proud of this because we are trying to unlock the procurement market of the joint undertakings, and we are organizing where there are a lot of millions of euros are spending through procurement to buy innovative solutions in these areas. So the next one is in the semiconductors manufacturing area with the chips joint undertaking on the 4th of March, and the call for expression of interest is open if it is in your area. So stay tuned. And what I can also mention is that do not miss this opportunity of InnoMatch, because there is an opportunity to work with your potential buyer and to test with them the innovative solution. So do not miss this opportunity to submit your to find a buyer and to submit your proposal until the deadline set by the project. Thank you very much, and thank you again for taking part in this info day.
Thank you so much, Vasilis. The participants can find important information in the chat. I've included the direct link to the InnoMatch website. You can apply via the F6S platform. The direct link is included in the chat as well for your convenience. More information about the EIC Innovation Procurement Program and the additional opportunities you can find also in the chat, the direct link to the EIC Innovation Procurement Program. And last but not least, again, please carefully check the guidelines. There you can find all important information. What is a committed buyer? What is the eligibility criteria for the EIC awardees? What are the evaluation criteria explained in detail? And also they're explained in detail in the proposal template that is available on our website. You can download it, fill it in, and attach it to your online application form. Up to 2 proposals can be attached in the online application form, and one applicant, one EIC awardee, can apply with up to 2 proposals. Thank you once again for your participation today, for your time today, and good luck with your applications. We really do hope to receive good applications and to select at the end of the day the 12 most successful, the best of them. Thank you, everyone.